This is Big Dreams, Small Pockets, a business and lifestyle podcast where we take you on our journey of making our dreams a reality. Ashhole is a full-time entrepreneur with a specialization in digital marketing, and Velly works a 9-to-5 job while managing her businesses on the side. If you want tips, tricks, and a good laugh, keep listening. Whether you're new or you've been listening from day one, we thank you for tuning in and ask you to share our podcast with your friends and business partners. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ashhole.
It's Velly. And welcome back to another episode of
Big Dreams, Small Pockets. Thanks for tuning in again with us. I don't even know what number episode's 8, not 6.
This is episode 7.
Forget I asked. Well, but to begin, our topic for the day will be business seminars. What to look for, what to not mess with, kind of like what to expect, and everything in between, pros, cons.
Yeah. I think I want to start with, on that topic, talking about the cons. Okay. Not the cons, but definitely, you know, the shortcomings of certain business seminars, and then we can really get into the informational aspect.
The goods of it.
The meats, yeah.
Okay, so you do cons first and then.
Yeah, okay,
so... Wait, before you start.
Okay.
I told Jack that I would do a Haitian word of the day.
Oh, yes. Give us the Haitian word of the day.
I can't think of one right now.
Okay.
I assume that you would have something for me.
You stopped me to tell me to do it, but you know, okay.
I just need help because I'll do it for him.
How would you say business seminar? Like, what would you transfer that to? Okay.
Let's not do that one.
Okay. I mean, I'll try to tie it to the theme.
No. Please do a random.
Cooking.
To cook is not one word.
Well,
so
what is it?
Faire manger.
Faire?
Mm-hmm.
Next part.
Manger. Yeah. So manger is a noun and a verb. It could mean food or to eat. So faire is to make. So if you're thinking about French, faire is the actual verb to make. So faire manger is to cook.
Faire manger?
Yeah.
One more time.
Faire manger. Manger. Yeah. It's like
faire manger.
We in there with the dialects. That's one of the things.
That's what I love. You see, and this is why I say, if you speak Creole, why would you not take French in class?
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
That thing is a thing, like French.
That's amazing.
See, the only problem
is you're trilingual.
Yeah, that's true. But the only problem with that is the reading and writing in Creole is worlds apart from French. Like worlds apart.
That's A-okay.
Yeah, French.
How often do you have to read and write in Creole?
Well, me
versus French.
Me, no, but people who actually there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about people up there.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know?
But French, I feel like people don't really use it too often either.
Oh my gosh! But when you travel to so many places
and you hear it, it sounds sexy. Quote
French
unquote.
Is, you know.
Yeah.
There's places in Canada that speaks full-blown French.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
There's the French,
There's
the French islands in the Caribbean that you know. Like I wanted to go to
Saint Lucia?
Not Saint. Well, yeah. I wanted to go to Martinique so bad by myself as a single trip for myself. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't because it's a French-speaking country, and me as a female, I need to be careful about where I'm traveling by myself. I can't travel by myself to a country where I don't understand the language. That's not the safest thing for me to do.
I low-key don't mind it, but that's neither here nor there.
But you know what? If you were to go to Martinique, you could read a little bit of signs and pick it up.
Well, yeah, that's
I would be lost as hell.
Oh, really? Do you speak Spanish? Because they're very similar.
I understand it. I understand the very basics.
It.
I can understand the basics of reading it and writing it, but to go into a French country with a basic Spanish knowledge, who am I playing? Myself is whom.
Okay.
Okay. Like I can see that. Right, you know? So it's like, you could pull up in one of those countries and figure it out.
Not necessarily. There's bad languages I still don't know. But
that's awesome.
Listen, man. If you
faire manger.
Yep, faire manger. Go and cook something.
No, thank you.
Well, thank you for giving us the Haitian word of the day.
Yes.
Let's get into these topics.
Yes. Okay. So, I recently heard a rant, where someone mentioned taking classes and seminars and just anything to do with passing on information about how to advance your business. And the girl, she made sense in her rant. She was saying that how a lot of these seminars, they're just telling you their story. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily telling you what to do to get to these places. Mm-hmm. And I sat back and I realized she's right. I don't need to hear your life story. I don't need to hear how you struggle. We all struggle, baby girl. I need to hear, the numbers behind it. I need to hear the facts. I need to know what you did to get to where you want to. Your story isn't going to put more money in my pocket, And I realized with a lot of that, I was just like, yo, that's right. You go to a lot of seminars, quote unquote seminars. You go to a lot of these events and, you pay for these classes, not even classes, but workshops, shall I say.
Yeah.
And they more so have 10 people telling you their life story and how they achieved it. But they're not necessarily giving you the actual steps.
Can I tell you why? That the way that it is?
Go ahead.
So it's structured that way specifically because the person that is giving you their story is trying to get you captivated with them enough, just enough to buy their course and or their webinar and or their book or product that they're releasing. All of these business seminars are geared towards them selling something, but they're very transparent about that. Well, for the most part.
So then why am I paying? Why am I paying to hear your story? That was her argument, and I got that.
I get it. Trust me, I do. But you're paying more for the people around you that are also coming to hear this person speak.
So you're paying for the networking experience.
Yeah, and the motivation.
If I'm paying, and it depends on how much I'm paying, I need to be able to take something out of it from whomever I'm speaking to. And that was kind of her thing. She was like, I don't want to sit and listen to your story. I want to think, if you're telling me, from where she was going, she was saying that how if you're telling me, you're giving me this information, I'm coming here and I feel inspired, that inspiration isn't what's driving me. And it makes sense. Like, I get the business aspect behind the workshops, but I can also see why that person was like, it's certain ones she stay away from, right? Because she feels like she's truly not actually getting something. A lot of the times, with certain people are like, you come back, you feel inspired, but then what?
So the thing about business seminars, just from my personal experience, maybe other people feel differently, is you have to make your own kind of way. Like, you have to figure out and take back what you need from it. If you're looking for something specifically, then you have to go out and find it.
And get it.
Like, depending on how large the seminar is, you're not just going to be able to ask this person, so how did you start your $1 billion industry? That's crazy. If there's 1,000 people, who the hell are you to run up to this person and ask them that?
Put it on a PowerPoint, sir. Put it on a PowerPoint.
That's the thing. It would be on a PowerPoint.
But you're selling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. This is an introduction.
What did I buy it for? That's
you came. No, listen. You came to the thingy, the seminar, to get the information that you needed in order to get to his PowerPoint and or to get to the people that's already got his PowerPoint.
So you're coming for the networking. It's pretty much a networking event.
It's more than networking. So you're networking, but that can be more valuable than you actually buying the person's course
and telling you. That's very much so true.
And you can also get different, because there's different types of seminars. But I know we're talking about we're going to get into the types afterwards. Yeah. But just for the cons of it, I completely agree. If you're going there thinking that this person is going to tell you exactly step by step how they got their $1 billion industry, I just need to tell you right now that that's not happening.
Well, they're not necessarily. They don't have to do this step by step. It's just when you go to a lot of seminars, there are some that's definitely way more beneficial, and I think those are the ones you're thinking about, the ones that that you can really gain a lot for. But if some people are, if you're just marketing off a seminar and you're really just like, you're just telling me my story only, I didn't, a lot of the times when people come to the seminar with their notepads and pens, they didn't come for just that. But that's the thing, you can't you give them a little bit more information? Like, that was her thing, like, if you're telling me, come to my lip gloss seminar, regarding, the ins and outs of making lip kits. And then you tell me only, oh, well, I was down and out, I was this, that, and the other, and you got this great story. I got 3 people in the front row with tears in their eyes. They got their hairs raising up. It's great, but I like when she said it, honestly, she explained it so well. I wish I can find this post for you. Like, I see your end, and that's why I definitely, when we get into the pros, I definitely agree with a lot. But I see where she's coming from, where you honestly spent so much money getting to this point that not a lot of people make those seminars where you can get more out of it. Yeah. Not always. Not all of those seminars are like the ones you're going to mention later. Sometimes they're the smaller workshops where they're actually claiming to sell the knowledge, but their knowledge that they're selling is just a story.
Okay.
So, you know?
So I would say
these are more so the smaller ones. I don't want to say who are bamboozling people, but who aren't necessarily putting out the service that they state that they were going to.
See, that, know? So the thing about even the smaller ones and the bigger ones, I would say that it's only beneficial if you personally put in the work for beneficial. If you going into the seminar with a pen and paper and thinking that you're going to learn something, you are not. There's a specific way you're supposed to go about it. If you're going to a seminar, you're not just listening to the person's story, because that's cool or whatever, but you're listening to the people that came here with you. The lip gloss lady brought out a lip gloss vendor. She brought out the manager of Ulta. She brought out, you're looking for different things.
So you see, I keep going back to networking.
It's not just networking though. You're looking for different things, as in, a good example would be someone was sitting next to me in the crowd of one of the huge events I went to. He wasn't thinking about the person's pitch, like, oh yeah, my life story is so this and this, this and this. He copied down and wrote down the way the guy pitched, word for word, for his brand.
So that's his purpose of coming.
His purpose. You have to find what your purpose is. Whatever's beneficial to you.
Write this down, guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Find your purpose before you go.
Before you go to a business seminar, get out of your head right now that any event that you are going to sit there, right? Go with a pen and paper. Yeah, I paid $500 for this ticket. I'm gonna come back with stuff. If you personally don't put in that work, you're not gonna come back with nothing. And you're going to be angry that you went. You're going to be venting and making memes on Instagram. It's going to be sad. It's going to be sad.
Listen, but I'm telling you, she made a point.
No, she made a point, and her point is valid. But she was going looking for the wrong things. She was looking for that lady or whoever that person was to tell them a step-by-step, basically. Yeah. That's not what they're here for. This seminar is for them to pitch you something that you can get on the side. They're tabling, basically. A seminar is a bigger way to table.
Okay.
They're coming to this event to present a product to you.
Which is them.
And it's up to you to either get that product or not. What you can do instead, and I know it sounds like networking, but somebody in that crowd probably already has that product.
Probably, right.
9 times out of 10 they do. So what you got to do is get to that person. You're not getting to the billionaire. You're getting to the millionaires that are under them, or the $100,000 people that are under them. You're trying to find your way in without getting a straight direct beam line.
Okay.
So
it's more about the people in the crowd than the person on stage.
You can like I said with the like not stealing but modeling the pitch of the person on stage.
Yeah.
It can be getting information from the person on stage without getting information from the person on stage.
You know what I'd like? I'd like a workshop like what we have right now. Like our podcast.
That's impossible.
Why not? It's called a workshop for a reason.
Even this is about to be paid for. Like this is free content.
No, but what I'm saying is you're actually getting some, like, okay. So I would just like a workshop where it can provide a little bit more.
Buy a course.
Yeah. So what was the workshop for?
The workshop
the course?
No.
See, I'm missing it all.
The workshop is the commercial for the course. I promise you.
I workshop pay for the commercial to pay for the course.
Because you don't know that the workshop is a private way to release the commercial. Think of it as they want a specific target market.
All right.
And they can't put it up on the TV because that's too variated. The workshop is them getting all of their market together in one spot. I know all of these people care about lip gloss, so I'm going to pitch this here with people who paid to learn about lip gloss.
Okay. That's
what it is. That's their commercial. She not giving you how to make this lip gloss right here and right now. You're going to pay $2,000 separately on the side for it. That's what this is for. You're paying the $500 for you is now to learn how much lip gloss she sold, which platform she sold it on. These are all random things that you can find out just by knowing her. Okay, this lady's sitting up here. Now I could research her. Like, why is she sitting up here? Why is she the speaker? What did she do? How did she do it?
Well, that you should know a little bit before you go.
No, that's the thing. Some people, that's what I feel like I like. Sorry, I like about big workshops as well as small workshops. They release surprise guests. Why is this person a surprise? Now I got to search them up. Now I'm figuring out what they're doing here and how they got to the stage. What made them so great? And I can't ask them directly because, hello, there's 1,000 people here.
Right.
Who am I going to ask? People around me people sharing lunch with me, looking for lunch with me, people that came out here for this very thing. What did you come out here for? Oh, I came out here for this. Now you guys can bounce notes off of each other and ideas, and boom, you found a vendor randomly.
See,
out of nowhere.
This is good information to know prior to going to your first workshop.
That's the thing. I feel like we should have started with the pros first. Because I'm telling you,
what?
People,
it's good to
look
get
at
the cons
so
out
hard.
first.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, tell the cons and let's turn it into a pro. Yeah. See where it's going, you know?
Because people look at business seminars so harshly.
You know, I look at them based on, like, I've been to a couple. Fortunately, I had the local ones paid for me, thank goodness.
Thank God.
But I've been to a couple, and there were some that I really valued more than others, because I felt like there were some that someone paid for me and I didn't need to be there. Like, I genuinely can say I took nothing out of it. And when I go to certain events, like you said, you walk around, you talk to people, I felt like I've done those at times. And maybe it's the specific seminar, maybe it wasn't, maybe it just was probably poorly planned. But with those smaller ones I went to, it didn't give me what you said. You know, like how you're explaining it now, I'm sitting here like, wow, no, that's great. Now I want to go to one today. You know, I really want to go to. But there are some where I honestly took more what you said out of it. Okay. You know, so that's why when she said that, I couldn't relate, because I look back to a couple of seminars I've gone to, and I'm just like, and these are more so smaller scale workshops that I've been to, and I was just like, I really felt like I got nothing out of it. Now, hearing what you said, can I sit back and think like, maybe could I have because I went into the seminar blind, maybe that's why I came out blind without a purpose. Because and that's something to remind yourself, do everything with a purpose. So if you're going to the seminar, which makes sense, what is your purpose of attending? Yeah. I didn't have a purpose of attending those seminars. And, you know, like I said, looking back now, I can think, well, maybe it's because I had no purpose that I took nothing out. Thinking of them, I really still didn't like them. I think it's because they didn't have food, or it was just dry.
Oh, the ones with no food, it's like, come on, what are we doing here?
Not even
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Like, not even a refresher. So maybe that's why I was also a little bit bitter. Because let's be real, a seminar without at least a bottle of water is what?
It's a gathering.
A hot space.
It's a gathering.
It's a hot space.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I could, like you're saying, I'm definitely thinking back now, like maybe if I went in with more of a plan, with more of a purpose geared, you know, there's one thing that you did when you went to one of your seminars last year that I thought was the smartest thing in the world. And I think we've mentioned it before.
Probably, yeah.
When you network with your attire. Like that, up till this day, I still think that is the smartest thing ever. Not only was it cute, it was functional. Yeah. She got these gray sweatshirts, so cute, guys, for a couple bucks. And she had her business info posted on the back. Yeah. You didn't need to speak to her to know about her information. I think that was one of the smartest forms of marketing, networking, just preparing yourself. And it showed, because it's like you came there with a purpose.
Thank you.
I am this company. This company is me. You don't want to talk to me? You're too shy? That's okay. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah. You know, like I still think that was the smartest thing. And up to now, I still remember. It's so cute. We need to do that for our brand. I need one for Shivy. Like, I just feel like now, like, I would wear one everywhere.
I would wear one.
Yes.
Honestly, thank you so much. That was high praise. Honestly, I just feel like when you're going to a business seminar, you got to think of things that you're looking for, because you don't want to go there not knowing what you're thinking of. Like, it's okay to go there blind, like, oh yeah, I'm just checking things out. But if you have an idea, that would be even better. That would make your experience even better, and would keep you, like, going back to them. Because a lot of people, they go to one, they say, oh, that was crap, and they never go back. But you got to try out different types. There are so many different types of events you can go to that can help you in some way, and you don't even know it. Are we on the pros, or can we do tips?
No, we're just going, yeah.
Oh, okay. One thing I would love to mention is the fact that can we drop the names now? Or?
Yeah.
10X, guys, man, y'all already know me. I am a 10Xer. this thing has been never left my wrist. like I've been wearing these wristbands forever. Uncle G, you and me, we're here. Like I have this mindset. I live every day within this. Well, I try to. I live every day trying to 10x. Right now, I'm like 3xing, but that's like okay. It's fine. No, I'm growing. I'm growing. Right. No, it's okay. But just coming back from something like 10x, and then also having done other smaller events, I think that the biggest thing I took away from it would be the other people. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily the main speakers, but the other people that I've met. I know people that have built relationships from seminars that are just years throughout. Like my sister met her business partner and now the father of her godkids from a 10x seminar or a random business seminar. Like these things are real. You're cultivating relationships with lifelong friends, lifelong partners, and that I feel like is invaluable. Like there was no number on it. I just think that people, when they think about business conferences, a big con would be like, oh, this is a Ponzi scheme. They're selling me something. Well, who's hiding that they're selling you something? You know, when you table at an event, you want people to buy your stuff too. You know, and I'm sure those speakers paid a pretty penny to be on that stage. You know, this is advertising. That is paid advertising with an extremely small targeted market. Maybe not for 10x because it's like 10K people that get there. Those people that get there, you know, and you're VIP, you actually get to sit and touch Uncle G. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I'm not there yet, but I will one day.
I think if you're going to a business conference, whether you're a speaker, you're not a speaker, have some form of contact to give out.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of the times, you know, like you're meeting all these people and a lot of times people are moving, you know, at a fast pace. You know, sometimes they can't sit and have a full-blown conversation with you, but they met you in passing, they had a quick conversation. Do you have a business card? Do you have any way for me to get in contact with you?
Yeah.
You don't want to be scrambling. Like if you're unprepared, okay, you know, shoot, write some stuff out on a piece of paper so you can rip it if you have to, but if you can get a business card or just some way to get yourself out there, make sure you have your information to give out. I would highly recommend just a business card to start.
I'm so sorry. Not to 10x. Don't you dare be unprepared. You are sitting next to millionaires and you don't even know it. You don't.
The smaller ones, at least the people who just find out a quick conference.
Even the smaller ones, you don't know who's a millionaire, who's not a millionaire. You do not come to these events unprepared. If someone's asking you for your info, you better have that shit. You better be ready to spit your shit. So what's your business? Hi, my name is Ashley Lubin. My business is this, and this, and I do this, and this. You can also find me at this, and this. That shit better be memorized.
Just have a way to give your contact. That's like what I'm really getting off of.
Exactly.
Find a way to give your contact. Because even if you're not a business owner, and I think that's what discourages people from conferences, feeling like they're not a business owner, feeling like, well, why am I going to one of these things? That is the biggest thing. You don't have to be an anything owner.
Oh my gosh.
To go to a conference. If not, that's your biggest reason to go. You have nothing to lose. You know?
I'm telling you guys, if you're going, my first conferences was when I was in college. I literally went over there. So what do? I'm a student at Stony Brook University. That's interesting. This and this. Like I did not have anything to give these people. All I was doing was taking away information, taking knowledge, and people were happy to give it. No one cared that I was a student. No one belittled me because I didn't have a business. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, that's dope that you're here, ready to learn, you know? Like, stuff like that, I feel like is 10 times more valuable and memorable and impressionable.
Write down questions. That's another thing. Please write down questions. That's like when I meant, please take a pen and paper. Okay, pen and paper you need.
If they don't already provide.
Even if they provide it, bring your own just in case.
Right.
Just bring it. Have it. Your business card. Have your business card set in stone. Have your personal pitch, like Ash said.
Yes.
Put your personal pitch. Write it out if you have to.
Memorize it. Memorize it.
You know, like,
because
make sure you know what you're saying.
I was complimented on it. I wasn't even. I'm telling you, this was light work. This wasn't even my best work.
But
I was like, you like that? I wasn't even giving you all of the tea.
Right.
I wasn't even giving it to you real like that. Like,
right.
They like people really they really respect when you're doing something like that.
When you come prepared.
Yeah. Like
you come prepared.
Even big or small. Forget what I said. Big or small, please come prepared. Because it's ghetto if you don't. Nope. Just do it.
Unless it's very last minute and you truly, truly had no idea, still show up. Even if you're a little unprepared, you don't have, I'd rather be there than not be there.
Even if you are last minute and stuff like that, have something in your bag. What we doing out here? We trying to make money.
We're trying to get big pockets. I'm not trying to discourage the ones who really didn't have that preparation. No, there's been times we've been thrown into situations you're like, crap.
No, but
you always try to be prepared.
But be on it. Like, know your stuff.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, have your personal pitch.
Yeah, like, that's really, what I'm saying.
Like, write it down and look at it, go over it, edit it, say it to yourself, and know it, and be confident in who you are.
No more than 30 seconds, I would recommend.
Yeah, no, don't give me a story. Like, really, don't give me a story. I asked for your name and what do you do.
Yeah, because that at the end of the day, this is a fast meeting. This is you in passing with someone. You're at the water cooler or some shit. Hey, yeah, oh, what do you do? Wow, that's interesting. I do. Like, it should be able to fit in that 30-second bracket.
One of my biggest tips is reach back out. A lot of the times, and I'm so guilty of it, you take all these contact informations, you have all these great conversations, and when you leave that place, it stays right there.
It stay there.
It's a lost network. It's a lost connection, Or, like, sorry, I'm thinking about another thing. I get so ahead of myself. I want to say so much.
Okay, wait.
But yeah, no, please make sure that you're following up with the people that you connect with. Like, do not just leave that conversation there because you have spend your money, wasted your time, and wasted someone else's time for nothing. Thank them for that small conversation. Even if you don't have any questions, you thank them. Or even if you don't have any questions on the fly, is there any time we can meet up or talk or follow up on this discussion?
Yes.
Make sure you do it. A lot of people, contrary to what you may think, and I'm always like to play devil's advocate, so I have to start with the cons, but contrary to what you might think, a lot of people are willing to give knowledge.
Absolutely.
Especially if you show that you're willing, like you want it.
That's my point.
So if you hit them up and be like, hey, we met in passing, we didn't get to speak too much, I was really interested in this, that, and the other. So another thing with your notepad, who you met, or on their card, write a little quick thing about them so you can follow up with that.
Yes.
I remember we discussed blank. Would we be able to meet up or speak on the phone briefly to follow up on that?
Yes.
If you can tell me what I spoke to you about, I'm ready. I'm ready to give you the knowledge because now I know you were listening. And I met 1,000 people, and out of that 1,000 people, only 2 people hit me up following up with what I said. Come on now. How much more do you have to stand out? Come on.
Can we get the horn? Nah, she just dropped.
And I have another tip, but I'm going to let you go ahead.
So there is an etiquette to following up. That's what I wanted to squeeze in there. Following up, you cannot do same day. Please do not follow up same day because I'm still in event mode. Yeah. I can't get back to you. Like, I'm not doing it. I think the longest you should wait is 2 weeks. The earliest you should wait is the day after the event is finished.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I would say like 3 to 5 business days is nice.
3 to 5 business days is ideal, but some people are eager. So even if you guys are just coming back, like some of the events I go to are in Vegas. So you come back from Vegas, you get that flight, you relax, you give them a chance to breathe, and then you bombard them with emails. Hey, how are you? Hey, check this out. Like, you do not want to follow up too soon because it's kind of like, dang, I'm going to forget about you because, like, I'm going to see it and then I'm going to be doing something else. But if I see that you're following up with me at an appropriate time and I'm ready to give you knowledge, like Velly said, I'm about to give it to you. I'm about to give you everything I got. Because honestly, coffee with a person I met at an event was 10 times more valuable than the event itself.
Right.
Which is why I live for these events because that's what I live for. I'm still in contact with someone I met at a real estate event 3-4 years ago. I don't even remember what the event was called, but I remember that girl because we made a connection and we talk all the time. Like, it's just something that you go for, not necessarily for the billionaire, but for the millionaires under them or the 6 figures under them. Like, you really are looking for the people around you.
Another tip I have is don't oversaturate yourself with contact information. Now, and I say that in the sense of I've been to events where I got to business card happy where I wanted to take any and everybody's business card. And I took it all just because I was like, somebody ain't gonna help me. Like, that's really how I felt. But when I was all said and done, one, I didn't remember half of the people. I had way too many business cards.
You start
I was stressed out. It was just too much. And it kind of falls back to what you said, and I think that's one of the biggest things. Go there with purpose, even if you don't have a set purpose on, like oh, I want to find out this specific information. Just have a general purpose
in mind.
Yeah,
like an idea.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not saying only speak to people within your range, not at all, because Definitely you never know where your connection can come from. It can come from somebody who is doing the opposite of what you're doing, and shoot, because they're doing the opposite of what they're doing, they're probably more willing to help you with certain things.
Exactly.
But don't just go out running and trying to get everybody's contact, and you're not even getting the chance to properly prepare yourself, present yourself, take in what the person's saying, and see if you can really get anything from them, you know? It's not a game to see who has the most business cards, who made the most contact. Like, really take each, like, when you're taking someone's business card, take it with the intent of utilizing it. Take it with the intent of using it. As someone who went to an event and took 20 business cards, not fully 20, but I took damn near, it was a stack, versus I went to another event and I took like 4 business cards. Out of the 20 business cards, I can't even tell you one I used. I can't even remember. Out of the 4 business cards, I was so focused on these people. I listed, like, people who raised their hand and spoke, I zeroed in on them. I said, okay, I'll see you later. Yep. You know, like, those people I really utilized because I took the time to actually speak to them and pay attention to what they were telling me, versus me running around looking like it's like, you know, when you go to one of those career events where you're trying to take out all the resume, not give out your resume or take out all this information from other people. Like, it made no sense. At the end of the day, it really didn't make any sense for me to be there, because I oversaturated myself with business cards and I just wanted to throw myself around everywhere. So even if you're moving around, move around with purpose. Make sure you're taking in what you're being told, you know? It's really important that when you go there, you remember what you're going there for. Don't get lost in the sauce.
Oh gosh, that is a big con. That is something that I am like really guilty of. When you go over there, it's like a kid in a candy store. And this is not just for business events. This is for any event. You're going there and you're learning something that you didn't know before you came. So that thing, you want to implement it. You want to try it out. You want to see if you could be good at it, forgetting about all the stuff you already got going on. Like, I am like a squirrel. Like, I get so jittery. I'm just like, oh my God, this sounds cool. Ooh, I want to try this. Like, oh shit, she got that going on. Damn, I could do that. Like, you get so kind of lost in what's happening that you forget a little bit of what your purpose is. So that con, I think it's good, but at the same time it's bad. Because I would say it's good because if you need a little jolt, let's say if you're like rebranding or if you need like new ideas, good, you just learn some new things. But if you already got mad stuff going on, you don't want to put too much on your plate. You know, so try to take everything with a grain of salt, leave it in the back burner, remember it as an idea, definitely jot it down, but don't try to implement every single thing you learned out of an event, because it's hard. Then and there. It's hard.
It's like having a manic episode.
Yes.
You know, when you're having an episode, when you're experiencing an episode, you're on high. You're on top of the world. You can do anything you want, and you just do it all, and you're just on go. And a lot of times you leave these events feeling so inspired, or, you know, oh, I made connections, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. The important thing is what you did at this business event, you should be able to look back and say, have I implemented anything I've learned? You know, if you went to a business event that you felt fully satisfied with 6 months ago, can you ask yourself, what did you apply? And honestly, I want to briefly expand this to anything in life. Reading a book, you read an informational book, you read a book about self-help, you read a book about, you know, building a business, you read whatever, you did anything. Can you look back 6 months later and say, did I implement what I learned
this in any way in my life?
You have to really, you know, your money is going into this. You spent your money. It was a good event.
Time.
Money well worth. Time well spent. But 6 months later, what did you do with it? And I think that's the biggest thing. We all fell off track. I don't say we all. We tend to fall off track. We tend to just stay on the high of the business event. But you got to remember, the importance of the business conference is about what you do with what you learned. You know, what you did there and what you do with what you got there. Because a lot of the times you find yourself attending the same conferences over and over and over because you keep falling off the bandwagon and you got to go back again.
And refresh yourself.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't have time for that. You don't. I don't. Like, I want to learn from there.
That's the thing about most business events or in an event in general, because I don't just go to business events. I go to women's self-empowerment events.
Yeah.
I go to black people events. Sorry, black people. Wow. I go to African-American empowerment events.
It's black events, black empowerment.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of these events, they're there to give you that extra jolt. If you're just feeling very melancholy about everything, that can give you that little spark that you're looking for. That's one big pro about events. You're around a bunch of like-minded people. Something that you probably don't get because your family don't believe in what you're doing. Your friends don't really talk about it as much. You looking for people to get it. So that's what happens when you go to these events. You pay that ticket. You take off of work. You actually get the time to do those things because it's something that you're interested in.
It's like a reinforcer.
Yeah, like just taking it away from a business aspect. I go to anime conventions every year, and I love them. And I network at those events as well. And you don't think that people are looking at you or people are thinking of those things when you go to fun events like that, but they are.
Right.
They really are. Like, I've had mad people ask me like, "Oh my gosh, can you make my costume for me?" Because I make my own costumes and cosplay. And I'm like, "Yo, I don't do this as a real business thing. I mean, I know that I definitely could. It's definitely a market for it. I just do it for the love of it." But like people that are going to those events, you have no idea what they're thinking of, what they can do for you to help you. Like, just think about it that way. You're going to these events for a benefit for yourself. Try to go into each thing that you do with that mindset.
Sell yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, sell yourself.
Exactly.
And like we mentioned earlier, you don't have to have a business. You don't have to sell yourself as a person. Start with that. My name is A and B. If you'd like to, if you want to meet up, we can talk more about this conversation we spoke about. Whatever. In any event that you go to, always go with that mindset, especially if you know you have something that you're selling. If you know that how you have this business. Whether you're on fun time, whether you're on business time, whatever time it is,
go with your best foot forward.
Exactly, because like Ash said, you never know who you'll meet, you never know where. And once again, I got to go back to having a business card because she can be at the Comic-Con and she bump into someone wearing Sailor Moon, and boom, y'all have a conversation about your favorite character. Boom, y'all have a conversation about this. Oh, she just accidentally brought up her business. Oh, really? I've been looking for one of those for so long. Girl, here's my business card. And just like that, a connection was made.
Have one in your bag. You know me. Like, I always got a giveaway somewhere around me, on me. It's important, guys.
Exactly. And to be honest, when putting someone's Instagram in my saving someone's Instagram is cool and all. Saving someone's number is cool and all. I save so many numbers. Actually, I'm a liar. I don't save numbers. But even when I do save numbers, I don't go back in my contacts. I don't. If I put someone's business card in my wallet, I'm always sifting through my wallet, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure and do this, or oh yeah, I gotta do that. Sometimes they'll forget, but other times you look through your wallet and you're like, what card is this? And you reread it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have what you are selling on that card, they'll remember what it's for. So that's how I really want to emphasize business cards. I think they're really important, and you can get them for a reasonable price. You don't have to get a big fancy, extra glossy,
definitely
laminated.
It can be a regular old card.
Exactly.
Real cheap.
A lot of sites sell them basic prices.
Yeah, same day work if you're doing like the local markets like Staples or something. I do want to recommend an app I personally use. It's very easy whether you're doing a big event or a small event, because you can write notes and it kind of separates it from your contacts. So the app is called CamCard. So a person gives you a business card, and it's also good for space because my wallet don't got no space for business cards. But you take a picture of it on the app, and the app scans the card, and it saves all the information into its own contact list.
CAMCARD.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The icon is 2 C's. It's a blue icon with 2 white C's on it.
Okay.
So that app kind of just, it takes that whole guesswork away of me typing up stuff. Ooh. And then you can write a note when it saves the contact for you. So you can write, okay, she sells hair butters. Like, you know, like that you can write all that. Remind yourself. Yeah, just like, okay, really that's what we spoke about. Like, and you don't have to. Yeah, there's an app for, girl. As soon as I found out I was going to 10X again, I was like, I need this because everything happens too fast. I missed this year.
It was in January, no?
No, February. He does it every February. And I am so mad because Grant got like big hitters. Like Rick Ross was there, Snoop Dogg was there, Kevin Hart was there.
Why are we still talking about it?
All right. Like this, the 1 year I don't fucking go, Grant. Oh my god.
Was this the year we were supposed to go together?
Yes, it was.
That's cute.
But you know what? This is a good segue into something else because instead of 10X, I'm decided to go to a trade show this year. This show is called Cosmo Proof. I really don't want to fuck up the name, but this show is for this trade show is for health and beauty. And that is my niche. So that is why I'm going. This year I wanted to mix it up and try to push my other businesses. Well, not necessarily that I don't push them, but I wanted to push them into a direction where I feel like I would get more out of it. So 10X is amazing, but I wanted something even more like niche down, even more targeted. So I'm choosing to do health and beauty conferences. This one is also going to be in Vegas, Mandalay Bay. It is in June, the end of June.
Okay. Well, we can discuss this.
Yes, we can. But this one is going to be, when is it going to be again? I think around my birthday time, and they basically have a bunch of things where you can actually table. There are going to be specific workshops. You have to have, there's restrictions for these type of trade shows. So the restrictions for this one, I believe, is you have to be a reseller, wholesaler, or actually have a cosmetology license.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't go to that one.
You can. You're an employee of the Essentials.
Okay.
Who is a certified reseller of all health and beauty businesses. Anyway, see how we just did that there, guys? Boom.
I was just about to say.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, before you even purchase your your tickets for certain conferences.
Check the restrictions for each trade show. But there are so many different conferences you can go to. Like the motivational business conferences, those are dope. Those are dope. But trade shows, if you have the money to put your products out into a trade show, people sell the fuck out. Like these things, people get amped up for these things, and there's some that's monthly, annually. Cosmo Proof or Prof, that is the biggest health and beauty trade show this side of the world. Like, that is something that I'm excited for. I'm really hyped up about it.
I can go. I stopped looking into that because when I was reading all of that, it said, and I wasn't qualified for it.
You are my employee.
I gave up. You are my employee. When you said that, I'm like, there's another one coming up?
No, and there's plenty. There's smaller ones.
Yeah.
The smaller ones are actually in the city, and I have to double check them. But you are an employee of the Essentials LLC.
Right. Don't ask me what I do. That's not your business.
Not your business. But you know what? We're going to be there. And I'm excited about it. So that is one thing that you can do as an alternative. You can go to a trade show. Those things are so dope for your business. I don't even have to tell you about getting a vendor, because you can get new vendors you can get local vendors. You can try to cut your shipping time in half, cut your costs in half. You can do real front to front negotiating with the middleman being the actual event. Like, stuff like that is what I live for. But there are also a bunch of other events, like pitch competitions. I was at a pitch competition last year. I loved them. I only went, it was a technology competition. The only reason I went is because I wanted to take notes on how to pitch my business. So, do you know what happened to me?
She went with purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't need to go to that pitch competition because I'm not in technology. I went because I knew I could meet other people, and I actually ended up speaking to the manager of the actual competition. So now, because he spoke to me, he's going to start a women's section of it.
Wow.
For women-owned entrepreneurs.
Wow. And look at you.
No, and thank you so much. Stop, don't even gas me.
But you need it.
But that's what I'm saying that these conferences are for. They're not for who you're going there to see. It's kind of like who you may meet there.
Yeah.
You gotta go and make your own way, because it's not always going to be set there for you. Like, the competition itself, you have no idea. You wouldn't believe how God works. I was so angry. I was like, yo, I got a phone call when the winner made their pitch. So I watched everybody else but the winner. I was just like, this is ridiculous.
Wow.
I missed it. But you know what? I take that as that pitch wouldn't have worked for me.
That's okay.
It wouldn't have worked for me. But I did learn a lot. I learned what not to do, what not to say. I learned some of the questions that they throw at you, that some of the investors will throw at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that I wasn't ready. I was about to enter a pitch competition last year, guys. Remember when I was doing my grants, which we're going to have another episode about, by the way. But when I was doing grants, I was trying to enter the Brooklyn Public Library's pitch competition. I would have gotten laughed at if I went because I was so unprepared. I didn't know what it took to be into a pitch competition. Your business has to be established. Like it's not. You can't even go there.
Numbers too.
Yes,
you need all the information.
And I learned that when I went to a technology pitch competition about my health and beauty brand. Like I was just like, dang, like I need all this prepared. I need to get myself together before I actually even get there. So that's what these things are for. I took back knowledge that I didn't have before, but it had nothing to do with getting technology.
Yeah,
they had some dope ideas though. I really liked. There was
an
Uber.
Shark Tank.
There was an Uber for dogs.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was one of the pitches. And this lady, she was making money. Like she already had the business established.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know later, but that's a good business.
So I want to quickly focus on where do we find these events, because a lot of people, they're listening. They're like, y'all are talking, but y'all are not telling me where I can look, where I can find it. I already want to do this. So besides Instagram and just social media, because you can search by hashtag, to be completely honest. You can start with one, and if you want, you can scroll into tags, and a lot of businesses tag a lot of the bigger brands, the bigger artists. You can search for motivational people. You can search for the most famous business people and start from there and go down. You can have your local businesses, but where specifically do you go to when you're looking for new conferences, new pitch places, new trade shows, besides just the general Instagram? Do you have a specific page, or do you?
I use Eventbrite. Oddly enough,
boom.
A lot of people are putting their stuff up on Eventbrite for ticketing, and even if it's a free event, Eventbrite does have that options for register. You can register for this conference or whatever. So I register for anything, even if I'm not going, just so I can have the ticket there, because I never want to miss out and then it say, oh, sold out or
registration closed.
Yeah, all these things. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Google. I know it's very general, but I put in a lot of specific keywords such as health and beauty trade shows, or trade shows in New York, or wherever you are, Texas, Tennessee. Like you could check out all of these places.
Yeah.
Or I have a marketing company, digital marketing. So I kind of go off of the little things that I have, like what they're associated with. So let's say you see that Wix is associated or affiliated with something, or ClickFunnels is affiliated with something. I'm looking at those little affiliate things, or their blog posts, or something that's on their site to give me events. And a lot of people on their sites, they have an event section all the way at the footer of the page. So you can check it out. It's like next to the contacts, the terms and conditions. Some of them will have actual events posted there. So that's another place to look. For the most part, look for places that do general ticket sales. Like I'm sure StubHub has a few of them. The Javits Center also, like big arenas and places like that usually host conventions and conferences. They will always have a flyer posted of what's coming.
Yeah, those are great. Alrighty, guys. Is there any final?
Oh wait, no, I have a few more.
Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry. You stopped like you were done. So I was just like, okay.
I have a few more.
Go ahead. Let us know.
Okay, so another type of event, which has nothing to do with business, would be job events.
Yes.
There are job fairs, guys. Events that you can go to actually get a job right there on the spot.
There's a lot of them.
They're hiring jobs. Like people go to career fairs and stuff like that, where you can just actually bring your resume, come dressed to impress, come ready to sell yourself and pitch yourself at this event, and you can find a job, or you can network and find someone you need later.
Honestly, a lot of the tips we gave were like they were very general in the sense that you can use them for job fairs.
Yeah.
You know, you can use them for any fairs. You can just use them in your daily life. One, it's always good to have your contact information to pass on to someone because you never know you'll need it.
Yeah.
Two, like for example, I think I mentioned a couple of episodes ago how, you know, I was riding on the LIRR and I met so many people. I met a CFO of a company, and it was just so good to pass along your business card then and there because he's on the LIRR. He's not about to pull out a pen and paper for me.
Exactly.
I'm not about to, so it's always good to have that. Like I said, you just have to have your name, your contact information. You don't have to have a specific business if you don't have one.
Yep.
Just pitch yourself. You know, always, you know, have a quick 30-second pitch about yourself, what you were here for before you go to any event. You know, whether it be career, whether it be business, just anything. Even out in the street, just always, you know, think of yourself as your product. You are your own product. That's what you're selling.
So sell yourself.
Yeah. You know, when people say sell yourself, they make it sound so bad. Like, ooh. No, sell yourself.
Exactly.
Make money off of yourself, you know?
Because you're awesome and you are the product.
And to be honest, a lot of people, they don't hire you for what you can do. They hire you for who you are.
Exactly.
You know?
Because they can teach you and train you.
Exactly. But you can't teach personality.
I agree.
You can try, and sometimes it might work, but you really can't do it, you know?
In my experience, that's never the case.
Right.
There are like two more, and then I'm gonna let y'all leave because I don't want to drag this out. But if you have a private practice, so Velly is in training to be a therapist, or if you are in training to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything of that nature, there are conventions for you. You must go to your conventions. So for some people, it's mandatory, like speech pathologists.
No, I'm mandated to.
You're mandated to go to these conferences to learn about
to keep my license.
Yeah, to learn about these innovative things, these new things that are coming out, the new research that they have. You can network at those events. You can find new people, new ideas to help you out with your practice at home. Even if you're a local business, there's probably an event for you.
There's an event for everything.
So
to be completely honest,
look for it because it's a real big thing, and you're missing out on gems that other people are utilizing, which is why they're a little further than you are.
Right, or a lot further.
Right.
You know.
Lifestyle kind of conventions, like I mentioned with the anime convention, and I went to a convention because I'm interested in languages, guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but I graduated from Stony Brook with a linguistics degree. So I went to an event for the UN just to see if I was interested in it. You know, traveling for free sounds awesome to me. So I was trying to see what I could do,
with that,
yeah, you know, see if I could get something there. It wasn't for me, unfortunately. It just, the price wasn't looking right.
That's okay.
But I went to that event and I learned a lot. And I got a lot out of it. So I can say the experience was good. I got to take some time off of school. And you know what? It was good. It was an experience. So I want you guys to just be open-minded to these events and try new things. Like, don't knock it till you try it, please.
And a lot of schools, they have a lot of events. I've been to a lot of events at Hofstra, Adelphi. Like, they all have so many different events. You guys wouldn't even realize. A lot of them are free, and a lot of them you do have to pay. But, you know, one of my biggest things I said before is just make sure you do your research on the event before you go. You know exactly what the event is. Know, you know, what certifications, what access you know, what criteria you need to be able to attend these events, because some of them you do need certain criteria, you do need certain certifications, but other times a lot of them are free to the public. They have general events about things going on in the area.
There's a porn event, guys. There's an event for everything.
You know, so I guess our biggest thing for this podcast is, one, stay ready so you never have to get ready. Yeah. And two, there's an event for everything, so put yourself out there. Yeah. And you never know. And go with an open mind and purpose.
Think outside of the box.
Yeah.
Don't just get frustrated when a person's not feeding you information with a spoon, because this is the real world. No one's going to do that for you. See what you can get from it. Yeah.
On the other hand, of the people who are planning events, if you are stating that you are going to do something at that event, please do it. Because that really sets the tone for other people's experiences and, you know, going forward for certain events.
I would say for stuff like that, lower your expectations. I'm sorry to say.
But if you say something on a flyer, I'm expecting what you put on the flyer.
Like I said, you know, marketing is marketing.
If you're just saying this is a general business event, then that's okay. This is a general event about this, that, and the other. That's okay. But there are some times where you do where people do put certain things
to get you through the door.
No, but I'm holding you to your word. If you say you're going to have this,
I'm sorry.
Nah, you're just a liar at this point. I want my money back because according to your flyer, to your flyer,
we're exaggerators.
Nope. There's an exaggeration and then there's a damn lie.
No,
if
it's all about verbiage. It's all about verbiage.
I will teach you how to shoot a gun.
Yeah,
and you don't show.
And you leave with the book that you can purchase.
No, I will teach you how to shoot a gun at this event. If that's what you said, I'm expecting that. Now, if you said,
come to this
guidance about guns or a gun event where you can learn about how to shoot. That's different. You said where you can learn about how to shoot. You didn't say, if you're going to do something, just my thing is for the people who are throwing the events. If you say you're going to do something on that event, do it. But, like you said, come willing to take the information yourself. Come willing to take what you can out of it. But I just don't like liars. So if you're lying on your flyer, and this is beyond events.
I can't even say nothing about it.
Where they said that
like
I was expecting.
Whatever gets you through the door.
No, I no, because this has nothing to do with events.
I know.
But I went out and they told me $5 drinks, $5 cocktails, $5 shots, and $5 beers until 12. I got there. They said, no, this doesn't happen. Your flyer said it. Your whole flyer told me I was getting my cocktails for 5 hours before 12.
You're dressed.
I stood there
and you ain't leave.
And I did not buy that $12 cocktail.
But you ain't leave.
I did. I left.
You are one of
and
few.
And then she had the nerve to be like, oh, we didn't know. Here's $5 shots. I want my $5 cocktail. There was no one else there on top of it. That made it worse.
Yo.
How dare you? I'm sorry. I'm a little triggered from that. Maybe that's why I'm so high on this tell the truth kind of thing. I felt bamboozled and I took myself out. But with that being said,
let us know if you guys are interested in throwing events, hosting events. I love intimate events because
I'm gonna write down. Sorry, I think that how we should kind of find some events and throw them out as they come up. If we have any that comes to mind.
Oh, that's a part of the episode sequences. Events, upcoming events
that we just don't do.
My phone over there.
Well, girl. There's
a business trade show coming up in June.
Yeah, there's a trade show coming up in June.
Tickets are releasing in April, so check that out for Cosmoprof if you're in the health and beauty niche. Also, if you are throwing some kind of event,
let us know.
Intimate events. We love intimate events. We'll promote it. We'll do anything for it. We support.
We might even attend it if we are able to.
For a fact, we'll attend it because I love like-minded people. And if you're
for a fact, not I.
Listen, if you're close to home, that's even better for me. I would love things like that. Like I am in an intimate one called Full Circle. Shout out to Shavante. This is an amazing thing where you're constantly getting gems and bouncing ideas off of each other, and we are peers. This is not like me staring up at Grant Cardone, at $1 million, driving up with a Bentley plastered with 10X on it. This is just us learning from each other. Talking to each other, being with each other. So let us know if you have anything like that coming up. We'll for sure post it up for you guys.
We'll definitely
hit us up, like and comment. Please subscribe, rate us, please.
Yeah, and give us feedback. That's always welcome.
Big facts. And if we sound crazy or if we are misspelled, missaid anything, or just saying something that's wrong, let us know and correct us. Right. We're still learning.
Yes. With that being said, you guys have a lovely day, and we will see you in the next episode.
Thanks.